Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Sonic 2006 Let's Play.
No matter where we go, all we see are ruins. How can this be our future?
How could it come to this?
Oh, of course, someone left the freezer open.
If I eliminate that guy, will our world be saved?
The day of disaster. Here are my records of this event. This was when Iblis was freed, and his flames were released into the world. And you have this person to blame.
I see it! So that blue hedgehog's the Iblis trigger?
Blue Hedgehog.
I'll send us back in time to the point when the Iblis trigger was alive. What the? Who was that guy? He looked just like Shadow.
This is terrible! According to the data, the princess died when she was kidnapped by Eggman. Apparently, Eggman's battleship exploded! The date of this incident was 2 days after the Festival of the Sun!
If we don't return in time, Elise will die on board Eggman's battleship. That means...
Yeah, I think so.
I hate that cutscene. I really do, because it establishes so many fucking plot holes. Oh, sorry.
You guys are so slow. Look.
A Chaos Emerald! You've already found one!
Well, I may not look it, but I'm a real treasure hunter. Unlike a certain echidna I know.
What? Heh!
Have you guys discovered anything?
Yeah. I received a signal indicating there's a Chaos Emerald here, but...
You mean we've got to go through there?
If you don't like it, you can stay here.
You've got to be kidding.
Don't be late. Same to you.
Okay, so... we now get a bit of backstory concerning our good friend Silver the Hedgehog and why exactly he has it out for Sonic in the first place. You know, apparently this bizarre Shadow lookalike, you know, is taught him that this guy is the Iblis trigger because he pasted Sonic into a fiery background. Yeah, you're supposed to believe me after I showed you that. He's totally the Iblis trigger after the shit I've shown you. So now they time travel back to the point where, you know, Sonic was still alive, which, you know, Silver at no point or at any time questions whether or not should I trust this guy. You know, the only thing that Silver ever ponders later in the story is whether or not it's right to kill an individual, you know, to save, to save a lot of people in the process. You know, he never ever questions Mephiles, and that's his name, by the way, Mephiles the Dark. We'll be seeing more of him later. He never ever questions this guy's trust. He's like, I immediately trust you, you time-traveling, demented, no-mouth fucktard. He just goes, okay, I believe you. It's just, it's stupid. It is stupid. Anyway, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, this is Flame Core. This is actually, without a doubt, one of the longest levels in Sonic's story. Not the longest. I think Kingdom Valley beats it by a hair. We'll be seeing that later. And, well, actually, the only thing I could really say was, like, the lighting in this level, it goes all over the place from time to time. You know, sometimes it's a bright purple hue, sometimes it's really dark. You know, and I get, you know, the whole lava flow, you know, lighting, you know. Yes, I am aware, ladies and gentlemen, that I do say you know a lot. I really do, and I can't help it. It's a verbal tick of mine when I'm trying to, you know, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, Flame Core is very platform heavy. There's a lot. The stage hazard is the name of the game here. You know, there's a bunch of lava flow. You know, there's plenty of spots you have to homing attack in order to, you know, get from one place to another. I really do love Flame Core's music. Thing is, though, you know, it gets a bit. I mentioned earlier that the level is pretty damn long, and it overstays its welcome after one point or another. But we'll be getting more to that later. It's pretty much your usual stick, you know. I don't mind Flame Core too much. It's just, you know, it's long. It's pretty much the only problem I have with it. And I've actually I've died quite a number of times during my first playthroughs because the lightspeed dash wasn't working in my favor. You know, how is that cool? I don't know. It's just, I'm running out of things to say, ladies and gentlemen, because Flame Core is, you know, we still have about 3 more minutes left to go on this level. I think 3, maybe 4. I'm not exactly sure, but Crisis City is definitely the better of the two. You know, well, actually, no, actually, I think I like Crisis City's music more too. I love Flame Core's musical pieces, especially the ones that we get into later, and you know. For some reason, Sonic now wants to head into the volcano because that totally screams, you know, I don't know. Maybe, you know, he was playing Super Mario 64 on the way, you know. I think just a power star in there. Yeah, actually, it's one thing that really bothered me about the later half of Flame Core is this is actually where we start getting into the problems with dash panels. Now, I was trying to get into the whole thing about dash panels earlier, about I don't mind dash panels to get you from point A to point B, you know, as long as you still keep me in control of things. But there's actually one part of this level later on that we'll be seeing that you hit a spring, and then the moment you land on the floor, you hit a dash panel, which will most likely or not send you into a flame geyser. Or a fire geyser, I should say. And I swear to God, it is unavoidable because you can't properly time for it. We'll be getting into it later on. But as you can see, I'm actually glowing sparkly lights here because yeah, there are power-ups in this game. Not nearly as many as you want to. It's only the invincibility power-up makes a return in Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. You know, the shield is nowhere to be seen. There's no power sneakers as far as I'm aware. You know, it's just the invincibility. And I think that's actually one thing that this game really could have used. It may not sound like much, but to make it feel like a little more Sonic-y, that's a word, you know, you could have at least brought back the shield. And I heard they were planning on bringing back the shield, but again, because of this game's rush development cycle, you know, it just never came to fruition. You know, granted, I've had this kind of problem since Sonic Adventure, actually. You know, Sonic Adventure did have the shield and the electric shield that didn't really, you know, behave like the electric shield from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. You couldn't double jump with it. But, you know, they still, at least they gave us variety, but I always wanted a little more variety. In this game, they took all the power-ups out. They just gave us the invincibility, which, you know, I like the music, but that's about it. But anyway, now we get control of Knuckles. And I gotta tell you guys, if you forget everything you knew about Knuckles in Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2, because it's nothing like that. Yeah, he moves like Knuckles, but he's nowhere as fast as Knuckles as before, and his punching and kicks and stuff like that, they don't do anything anymore. For one thing, Knuckles is like initial combo doesn't even kill enemies, it just stuns them. I think only the last hit of Knuckles' combo was he was there the entire time. Anyway, it is next to impossible to kill anything with Knuckles efficiently. And here's the part I was talking about. Here's a spring, dash panel, boom. How do you avoid that? That is one of the main problems I have with dash panels in this game, especially because you're at the dash panel's mercy when, you know, there's like a bunch of them all at once, you know. And like I said earlier, like in White Acropolis, you can only control Sonic for like 2 seconds after the dash panel already sent you skyrocketing, and because of the ultra precise control, you're most likely going to run into an object or something like that. It's just, did they not see the problem with that?
Too easy. No sweat.
But thankfully, that's the end of Flame Core, and I didn't really finish my rant with Knuckles, but there'll be more times where we'll control him. Trust me, that we'll be getting more with Knuckles later. So let's see what else.
I found a Chaos Emerald.
Don't touch it!
What? What's this?
I do like how, Shadow sensed an evil presence near the Chaos Emerald, but let Rouge get close enough to it before telling her not to go anywhere near it. Okay, so it's time to... This is Iblis. Yeah. Giant fiery tapeworm. This is nothing as I picked. It looked nothing like the flashback. I'm a tad disappointed. But maybe there's probably a reason why it's only a fiery tapeworm. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, this is without a doubt the most boring boss battle in the entire game because of how long and drawn out it is. In fact, what I'm showing you in this fight is the fastest way you can beat him without wasting too much of your time. You see, I already took a bit of a damage there, but let me explain this battle a bit. You see, the entire arena is filled with lava, and you have these stalactites that you can stand on safely with and wait for Iblis to attack you. Iblis every once in a while, gyrates, does the jitterbug every once in a while, and he'll summon more stalactites which you can stand on. The point is, you have to wait until he summons enough stalactites in order to stand on these stalactites and hit this purple orb to get his attention. After that, he will do his dive attack, and before he lands on a stalactite, you jump out of the way, homing attack the face, lather, rinse, repeat. There is also times where Iblis will summon a bunch of, meteors and try to lunge them at you. That's pretty easy to avoid. The problem with this fight is that everything takes fucking forever. Everything. From the process of waiting for the stalactites to appear, him waiting to throw rocks at you, him diving at you at random, it just takes forever. If I was playing this fight legitimately without abusing invincibility frames, I'd probably only hit him once at this point at the fight. Like an hour and like 43, a minute and 44 seconds in, I probably would have only hit him once at this point. Because at this, it's a waiting game, and I don't want to play a waiting game with a boss battle, especially with it's unnecessarily drawn out. So the fastest way you could do it, collect some rings, go purposely jump into the lava and use that wonderfully abusive homing attack to hit the purple orb. Wait for him to jump into the stalactite, hit him, and that's it. Now, when you deplete about 3/4 of his health bar, he will no longer follow the same strategy. Now, when he starts diving again, he will immediately head for Sonic, and after that, it's just a matter of dodging the initial dive and then just hitting him one last time. So, like, that's his diving animation. That means he's getting ready to dive, but since this is pretty much his desperation attack, he's no longer going to go for the stalactites. Now he's coming straight for Sonic. So just move out of the way. Really not that hard. He'll become dazed and confused, homing attack the face, and that's the end of the battle. Forgot I left the load time in. Ooh, I left 2 load times in there. Oh, I'm on a roll. Who cares? The load times between the boss battles, death and victory screen are really not that long to begin with, though they really shouldn't be there in the first place, to be honest. I mean, Jesus, not even a Sonic Adventure 2 had load times between boss battle deaths and victory animations. Just, I mean, I get that it's a higher power console and that, it has more to load, but again, it's a higher power console that should have an easier time loading shit up like this. It just, anyway, that's the end of the Iblis boss fight.
Chaos Control!
I wonder what they're looking at.
Ow!
Looks like we made it back in one piece.
Where did Shadow and Rouge go? Did they appear someplace else?
Those two can take care of themselves.
Wait, what did that paper say? Wait, I'm curious. What did the paper say? I'm trying to read the damn article. Let me see. It doesn't leave about restoration expecting it? What? What? Save for part 6.